Our next vehicle in our virtual tour is a Marmon-Herrington combat car. This had a very strange history in development. The United States came out of World War I and they had no funding, and the Congress didn't want to give them any money. So the Marine Corps had a requirement for a light tank that could be used in landing craft. So we luckily received this. Paramount Studios was making films as a promotion to try to get people volunteered to come to the service. So Bob Hope's movie, Caught in the Draft, they used this particular tank and they modified it to make it look like a current tank.
The CTL-3 was an early tank utilized by the Marine Corps in the years leading up to World War II. Many of the designs were turretless and built on the light tractor chassis that the Marmon-Herrington Company was then selling commercially. The final CTM-3 model to be utilized by the Marine Corps would be the CTM-3 TBD model. The TBD was fitted with a turret mounting a pair of 50 caliber machine guns. Still, 3 30 caliber machine guns were ball mounted in the front of the hull. The crew would be increased from 2 to 3 crew members. Through the 1930s, the U.S. Marine Corps was involved with the Marmon-Herrington Company to help design a tank that would meet the U.S. Marine Corps' unique requirements in regards to amphibious beach landings. Marines sought to adopt tanks in their organization after deciding on the mission of forcible entry against defended beaches. This mission would be central to a naval campaign. What the Marine Corps sought in its tanks was this: a light tank weighing under 5 tons, able to land with the amphibious assault and knock out the machine guns of the beach defenders and support the advance inland, supplied by the LVT-1 amphibious tractor. That light tank turned out to be the 5-ton turretless combat car referred to the Marmon-Herrington Company as CTL-3. It was armed with 3 machine guns placed in ball mounts on the front hull. Power came from a Lincoln V12 gasoline-powered, liquid-cooled engine that produced 110 horsepower and could propel the vehicle to a maximum road speed of 33 miles per hour. Early designs employed a rubber band track over quadruple bogie wheel suspension. Inside you will find it is equipped with dual driving controls for the 2 crew members. During fleet operations in 1937, the CTL-3 received mixed reviews. It impressed those who saw it during landing operations. However, the Marine Corps' lieutenant in charge of the tanks saw them as mechanically unreliable and underpowered. He also felt that asking the 2-man crew to operate the vehicle's 3 machine guns in combat and deal with their other crew duties was unrealistic. The lieutenant's company commander couldn't figure out why the Marine Corps wanted such a lightweight tank when the U.S. Navy lifting booms can handle up to 21 tons. It didn't take long after America's entry into World War II for Marine Corps tankers to be faced with the possibility of going into battle against the Empire of Japan's tanks. In 1934, the Marine Corps planned 2 tank companies of 5-ton light tanks for its 2 brigades, proposed for duty in the Atlantic and Pacific theaters. The vehicles selected was the 2 Marmon-Herrington CTL-3 designs. The Marine Corps bought a total of 35 Marmon-Herrington tanks. As new regiments formed and the expansion of light tank companies to battalions ensued, the old Marmon-Herrington tanks went to the Division Special Troops with their newly designated Scout companies. When the vehicles had been rejected by the tank battalion commanders as unfit for combat, these companies went to Samoa, replacing the M3-equipped tank companies needed by their parent battalions. These machines remained out of combat as the Japanese threat to Samoa and the nearby Wallis Island group never materialized. Overall, the CTL-3 tanks were cast aside by the U.S. Marine Corps tank battalions in favor of the Stuart light tank. The Stuart was regarded as being more reliable and better equipped for the Pacific Front.
So, this tank, like many Hollywood actors and actresses, has been through quite the amount of transformations within its Hollywood career. It was first drafted into Hollywood service in 1941 for the movie Caught in the Draft starring Bob Hope. It would later be seen in other movies and series like Beverly Hillbillies, made in 1967, and its most latest appearance would be The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., 1994. As you can see, in 1941, the upper hull has been completely replaced by something that looks more of a M2A4 Stuart or an M1 Scout car. Later changes wouldn't be as drastic, like in series for Beverly Hillbillies, they added a fake turret on top of the already fake turret with a cannon on top, and another tube here. Then moving on to The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., they would drill a hole through the center of this turret and then add a fake cannon. Thank you guys for listening to our little review of the Marmon-Herrington tank.
We hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching the Tankland channel. If you'd like to see any of our over 180 historical military exhibits in person, please come visit us in South Amani, California. We're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. This video could not be possible without the charitable donations of our supporters and helpful volunteers. If you'd like to see more of our historical military exhibits restored, please consider supporting us on Patreon at the link below or through our on-site museum gift shop. If you would like more Tankland videos in the future, please remember to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments down below which exhibit you'd like to see featured in a future episode. That is all for now. Tankland over and out.